This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. The push for new veteran ID cards comes to a screeching halt after a high demand for the wallet-sized cards crashes the Department of Veterans Affairs website. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us now to explain why there's such a high demand for these new cards and how veterans are feeling after the lengthy 28-month period is now back on hold.
Jacqueline, right now, unless you're a retired veteran or have a VA medical card, you don't have any sort of wallet-sized form of identification. You have to carry around what's called a DD Form 214, which is about the size of this piece of computer paper here, to prove that you served. Veterans have been waiting for these cards to become a reality since 2015 when the law was passed. So when they became available, veterans all over the country quickly took to the site to register.
When you are a vet and someone tells you you're not something, it's disheartening.
Veteran Brian Jacobs says it's a pain having to carry around a large piece of computer paper just to prove to others that he's a veteran.
I do have a copy of my member 4 DD214 in my car at all times, and it's one of those things I get scared to carry it with me, just because it's the original, and it's one of those things I was like, because some people make you bring the original. A copy's not good enough.
Other veterans think it's so much of a pain that they don't carry it around at all.
The reality is you're just not going to do it, and it contains all your personal information like your social and whatnot, and today, I mean, you got to be protective of that information.
In 2015, the government decided to issue veteran ID cards. Veterans have since waited 28 months to be able to even start applying for the cards. The application process recently opened, but was quickly shut down. This error message being given to applicants, describing a high volume of traffic, saying the VA is working to solve the problems. Some veterans now feeling like it's just another failure for the VA to deal with.
There were a lot of veterans that were really into getting this ID card, and so it saturated the internet, and the internet broke. Kind of reminds me of the healthcare process. So you would think lessons learned at some point.
That's not the only issue veterans have with these new cards, or lack thereof.
It had Office Depot on the back of it. Well, that's a problem for me. It's a problem with many veterans that I've talked to, because I'm not saying it's exploitation, but it's not exactly the professional card that we're looking for our veterans to carry. Remember, they've got a lot of pride.
The VA hasn't provided any estimate of when the issue of the broken site would be fixed. There's no word on whether or not the Office Depot logo will even be taken into consideration.
Put the letter V on driver's licenses to indicate that he or she was a veteran. But Hunsinger says before these cards, there was no uniform way to prove your service. Hunsinger has reached out to the VA and says so has Congressman Vern Buchanan's office. We've yet to hear back. Jacqueline.
Thank you so much, Jess. Well, it's not too late to grab your phone and go on a virtual ride-along with Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies. Today, they're doing a tweet from the beat. Twitter users will be taken on a virtual ride to get a better idea of daily life on patrol. And today's installment focused on speeding, aggressive driving, and drivers failing to move over. They're also giving people tips to stay safe out on the roads throughout the Suncoast, such as what to do if you see a law enforcement vehicle parked at an angle.
The reason why we do that is so in case somebody does come along and hit the back of my patrol car, it will hopefully push it away from me when I'm standing at the passenger side of the vehicle to give me a little bit of protection while I'm out here doing my job. Because, I mean, you can see when cars are going by at 70 and 80 miles an hour, it's very intimidating out here on the interstate.
They also stress the importance of moving over if you see blinking lights on the side of the road. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office has been participating in the Tweet from the Beat initiative since last year. Well, let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Steve Newman. Steve, how's it looking out there?
Looking good. Beautiful sunset about to happen. In fact, we're just seconds away from sunset at 5:37, which means we're just seconds away from the start of the first night of Hanukkah, which happens on this date right today at sunrise tomorrow at 7:11. And if we look across the state, there is a cold front draped right across the Sunshine State, moving south, and it's going to end our one day of kind of warm weather, but it'll be back real soon. We're going to drop 10 degrees. degrees behind this front tomorrow, but it's going to be short-lived, and I think you're going to like the weather coming up for the next week or so. Radar shows no rain, a few showers off the coast of Naples, moving toward the Florida Keys, but I think they might be reaching the ground. I think it's just virga up there in the clouds that you sometimes see. Our futurecast in high definition, well, even with high definition, there's nothing to see, not a cloud in the sky, not one drop of rain. You can see the wind direction, pretty much gusty from the north, 15 to 20 miles per hour overnight tonight. If you're heading out on the town, look for temperatures to be in the 60s through the evening hours, the 50s after midnight, bottoming out in the upper 40s toward dawn. Our look at the weekend weather and maybe a hint at Christmas weather in just a few minutes. Jacqueline.
Thank you so much, Steve. After nearly 20 years, a man convicted in the death of a 3-year-old girl in Punta Gorda learned his fate in court on Monday. Keith Wilson was sentenced to life in prison for killing Pilar Rodriguez. He was found guilty of second-degree murder in October. According to the testimony, back in 1999, Wilson pushed the 3-year-old into a door jamb, then hitting her head and causing her death. He then disposed of her body. Melissa Harding, Wilson's girlfriend at the time, who was Pilar's babysitter, pleaded guilty to accessory and is scheduled for sentencing next month. New details tonight about that New York City terror suspect who has now been officially charged with terrorism-related offenses. As ABC's Elizabeth Hurd reports, prosecutors now claim the would-be suicide bomber planned his attack for weeks and chose to strike at one of the busiest subway stations in Manhattan to, quote, maximize human casualties.
This attempted terror attack caught on tape, according to investigators, a nightmare scenario.
This was an individual who flew below the radar, did not give us any indication, and he committed this act.
That man, police say, is 27-year-old Akayed Ullah, originally from Bangladesh, in the U.S. for 7 years with no criminal background, but now charged with state and federal crimes, including bombing a place of public use.
Ullah had apparently hoped to die in his own misguided rage, taking as many innocent people as he could with him.
Ullah allegedly telling investigators he had been inspired by ISIS since 2014. Prosecutors say he told detectives he learned how to build a bomb online and assembled one inside his Brooklyn apartment 1 week before the attack on Monday.
A search yesterday of his apartment in Brooklyn revealed metal pipes, pieces of wires. Officers also found a passport there in Ullah's name with handwriting that included one particularly chilling note. And I quote, "Oh America, die in your rage."
Sources telling ABC News Ullah claimed he was angry about the plight of Muslims, making references to Gaza, Syria, and Iraq. Court documents also alleging on the morning of the attack, Ullah wrote on Facebook, "Trump, you failed to protect your nation." President Trump weighing in on the attack on Tuesday.
These attacks underscore the dangers we face from around the globe.
Now, this time, Ullah could face life in prison. Prosecutors say because no one was killed in this incident, the death penalty was not an option. Elizabeth Hurd, ABC News, Port Authority, New York.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. The holiday season is fast approaching, and that means many people will be traveling to spend time with loved ones. Just remember when you're flying to leave firearms and weapons at home. Countless guns are being confiscated at security checkpoints in airports. Some people may be careless, while others want to feel safe when traveling. No matter the reason, people are being urged not to attempt to bring these items when they fly.
I would encourage people that do have concealed carry permits, that do have weapons, when you're going to travel, put that on your checklist of things to make sure you didn't leave in your purse or your briefcase.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, we'll tell you how many guns have been seized at local airports and how your weapons can still be transported to your destination safely. Federal investigators are looking into the deaths of 33 mariners aboard the doomed freighter El Faro. They say the ship's open lifeboats would not have protected the crew had they been able to even launch them, but they are recommending replacing these old-style lifeboats on any vessel that still uses them. This was among dozens of safety measures being recommended by the National Transportation Safety Board as it finishes its investigation into the sinking of the El Faro in 2015. The cargo ship went down near the Bahamas during its attempt to navigate a hurricane. And tonight marks the beginning of Hanukkah. And just a short time from now, when the sun sets, the Jewish holiday will begin. Tonight, Shabbat of Bradenton and Lakewood Ranch will ignite a public charity box menorah at Lakewood Ranch Main Street. After that lighting, a community-wide celebration will feature music, dancing, and food. Hanukkah ends the evening of Wednesday, December 20th. Well, stay with us. Still to come on your Suncoast News, online patient portals leaving many patients in the dark. What having your medical results online means in a digital world.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
If you're between 50 and 85 years old, call the number on your screen right now for free information on how to save your family thousands of dollars. We're Family Love Plans, and we've been helping families just like yours for over 30 years. The average funeral today can cost up to $10,000 or more, but the most you'll get from government benefits is just $255. How will your family pay the difference? At Family Love Plans, we can help you and your family. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam and your plan can't be canceled. Better still, your rate will never go up and your benefits will never go down. Get your free information about our senior plans. Just answer a few simple questions and receive approval right over the phone.
Call 1-800-707-3608. That's 1-800-707-3608.
Anyone can jumpstart your car, but for free installation and $10 off Duracell Ultra car batteries, there's no one like Batteries Plus bulbs.
I'll install it myself.
I'd like you to do it.
Visit batteriesplus.com for a store near you.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms, and if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars. Call Tax 10,000 at 800-817-1064.
The perfect musical for the holidays is live on the Players Center stage. Packed with the big band sounds from World War II, the 1940s Radio Hour is our Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy answer to the holiday blues. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. The Players Wild Broadway series wishes you a Merry Christmas with the 1940s Radio Hour.
In our data-driven culture, your medical information has never been easier for you to access. But how good is this information if it doesn't come with an explanation? Researchers at Baylor College of Medicine wanted to find out. They surveyed nearly 100 users of these online portals. What they found, about 2/3 of the patients they talked to reported receiving no online help interpreting the data, and about half had to refer to Dr. Google. For patients, a reminder that the best source for answers is likely your doctor. A quick call to their office may help you make better sense of that important information. Well, many parents can't wait to get that classic photo of their little one on Santa's lap, but oftentimes a trip to see jolly old St. Nick can result in tears and screams. We've all seen it. Doctors say that if it's your child's first ever visit to see Santa, it's a good idea to proceed with some caution. Parents spend a lot of time warning children about stranger danger, and that even though Santa is a friendly character, he's still a stranger to them, and it can be quite frightening. Dr. Elshman says by doing some research ahead of time, you can help save yourself and your child from an agonizing experience.
This is meant to be a fun and enjoyable activity for the whole family. And if the child appears reluctant, encouraging the child to give it a try. It's always important to try things we're a little bit afraid of. But if they're really hesitant or don't want to do it, then forcing them is not going to help.
If your child does get terrified by Santa in public, the best thing that you can do is to remain calm, reassure your child, and put a positive spin on the entire experience. But if that doesn't quite work, it's best to remove them from the situation entirely. Well, let's check in with Steve Newman for a look at your first alert weather forecast. Steve?
Jacqueline, Santa's got a tough job, I got to tell you. I really admire the man. We had a nice warmer day today, but not a beach day. You can see the pounding surf on our Casey Key cam. Strong gusty winds mean that those the waves are only going to get stronger tonight through tomorrow morning, but things should calm down by late tomorrow and we move toward the weekend. Currently over the state, we have temperatures that are 10 degrees warmer than normal in many locations because of those warm winds blowing off the Gulf of Mexico today. And across our viewing area, anywhere from 8, 9, 10 degrees warmer than normal than we were at 5 o'clock yesterday. So that's the good news, but now we're going to go down 10 degrees for tomorrow's highs. It's a little bit of a roller coaster, but we're on the straight and narrow path, I think, as we get into the weekend and next week. 70 at the airport at this hour, 56 dew points, so it's nice and moist, but with the front passing us right now, the drier air will filter in overnight, let us get down into the 40s, the upper 40s for our lows. The high today, 74, right on the money for normal. Last night's low, 45, cooler than normal. Record high just 2 years ago, it was 85 on this date. Now, there's the front moving south over the state, producing maybe some showers not quite reaching the ground off Naples, Collier County, and Monroe County. But over us, only partly cloudy skies, and must have been a beautiful sunset. I wish I was out at the beach looking at it. But up in the northeast, not so pretty tonight for the first night of Hanukkah. It is a strong storm with a lot of snow in upstate New York. That does not translate to snow down in the New York City metropolitan area. Tri-state areas mainly in a cold rain with temperatures in the low to mid 40s. It's been a stormy late afternoon in Boston with a lot of heavy rain and gusty winds out over the Cape, turning to snow as we move up to Vermont and New Hampshire. It's part of a buckle in the jet stream that's been here for a while, but it is pivoting slowly off to the east. I think we're going to see a warm up in the next couple of days in areas that have been bitterly cold, and there goes our cold front moving through the state. Right now 17 at Montreal, 16 at Toronto, Chicago 22, but there is hope for them. Here is our weather headlines with hope for us as well, with milder weather for the next week or so. Cooler tonight, though, in the wake of that front. It's a weak front. Turning milder, though, as we move later on in the week, with a slight chance of rain from another cool front that will have moisture in it, maybe some rain coming through on Friday. Well, here's our futurecast showing that the front will move south tonight and replaced with high pressure passing from the southern part of the Mississippi Valley over the southeastern United States, switching our winds around. Now, I think those showers are overblown for Thursday, but we keep our eye on this front as we go to long-range futurecast as that front comes through on Friday. Could produce a few showers during Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and then once it goes by, another ridge of high pressure. Goodness. Pattern here. You're getting the idea that these high pressure ridges coming in every once in a while warm us up and the cold fronts cool us off, but the fronts are getting weaker and weaker with each one. Here's our forecast for tonight. It'll be fair and breezy. The average is 55. We'll be down to about 46 for the overnight low. Tomorrow we recover from this little cool wave with the high temperature back up to 63. Average would be 74, but look what happens in the 7-day. 71 on Thursday, 73 on Friday with that slight chance of rain. Looks nice over the weekend. Another front coming through on Monday with a 40% chance of rain, but you can see it doesn't bring in a lot of cool air. I think the end of the cold fronts is just about here. Jacqueline.
All right, thank you so much, Steve. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. We are seeing some slowdowns on University Parkway right now near the interstate. We're also seeing some delays heading northbound on I-75 between University and the State Road 70 exit. Well, shopping malls as we once knew them may soon come to an end. Experts predict that a quarter of American malls will close in the next 5 years. That's around 300 out of 1,100 that currently exist. As Macy's, JCPenney, Sears, and other major department stores close their doors, the malls that housed those stores are facing a serious crisis. That's because when the so-called anchor tenants leave the mall, it opens a door for other stores to break their leases or negotiate a much cheaper rent. And for technology, it's a new era for investors as many hope to get in on the Bitcoin game. On Sunday, the Chicago Board Options Exchange began offering Bitcoin futures, allowing investors to speculate on whether the digital currency's price will go up or down. Unlike traditional commodities, Bitcoins aren't physical assets, and unlike currencies, there is not a central bank that backs Bitcoins. That's because Bitcoins actually live on computer servers. Well, stay with us. Entertainment news is coming up next.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
It's the holiday sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $279 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41. Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Prince William and Harry will reunite with the Star Wars cast at The Last Jedi premiere. The two royals visited the set of the movie back in April of 2016. William and Harry battled with lightsabers, hugged a Wookiee, and even got a tour of the set. Whether or not they also took the opportunity to put on some stormtrooper gear and film cameos is the subject of much debate. It's been confirmed that the royals did shoot a scene during their visit, but it has not been confirmed if it made the final cut. So I guess we will have to wait and see.
Because this guy had a heart surgery. But look, he's fine, everybody.
Jimmy Kimmel making his return to his late night show last night after a week off for his son's heart surgery. Kimmel crying as he pled with Congress to restore and improve children's health coverage, a cause he has championed since his son Billy was born with a heart defect in April. The Children's Health Insurance Program has been left unfunded since it hit a political stalemate in September. And Jumanji's new leading lady is voicing her opinion about the controversy surrounding her character's costume in the movie. Karen Gillan, who plays Martha in the movie, says she's pleased with the costume debate.
If you look at the picture out of context, it is ridiculous, and we knew that, and that's what we're making fun of in the film, which is that these 90s video games had like over-sexualized, like Lara Croft-style male fantasies. So it's something we're making fun of, and to open the conversation about gender equality in any way, I think is very good.
Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle opens in the U.S. in theaters on December 20th. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is going to be a dad again, and it's a girl. The actor announced the news on Instagram on Monday with a post featuring his young daughter, a soon-to-be big sis. The baby girl will be Johnson's second child with his girlfriend Lauren Hashin. He has a teenage daughter from a previous relationship, so that's 3 girls for The Rock. Johnson says he wouldn't have it any other way, and that baby is due in the spring. Well, stay with us. We'll be right back with more news and weather.